Hi folks, I hope you are well. I just logged into my YouTube account and I thought I'd show you something that you might find a little bit interesting. About this time last year, or maybe a little bit before, YouTube introduced something to stop people monetizing their account if they weren't worthy. So examples are hate speech, rants, because advertisers didn't want to be associated with it, and it come off the back of a video that Logan Paul had made, quite a big YouTuber, where I won't go into the nit and gritty of it, but it wasn't a very nice video, and advertisers finding that their adverts were going on this video, sponsoring it, and then there was a bit of an exodus there, so YouTube had to do something. So they brought in this algorithm which was supposed to automatically look at the videos going up, deem whether the content was suitable for advertising, and then if it wasn't, it would limit the ads that go on it. At the start, it was absolutely horrendous, and practically every video I put up got caught out by this, and I thought, why am I bothering doing this? I wasn't in the only one. It was happening to quite a lot of YouTubers, but YouTube said the algorithms knew it will learn, and over time, although it was quite painful, it did actually learn by its mistakes, and now I don't tend to get any. If one's got hit by an error, you can appeal the decision, but only once it's got 1,000 views. So if you're a YouTuber, a lot of your videos won't get that for years, if at all. Now, as I say, I don't tend to get flagged by these anymore, but I have got quite a few historic ones, and I thought I'd have a look at it so you can decide whether you agree with me. Are they appropriate that have been flagged, not suitable for advertisers, or has it been done in error? Because you might just be a casual watcher, or you might own your own channel yourself and get hit by a lot. So I just thought I'd show you some of mine. It's a very small percentage compared to the videos on the channel, and it's for the greater good, so I'm glad it's actually there, rather than YouTube losing all advertisers completely, because it would be an absolute disaster. So, you know, let's have a look. So here we sort of like have it here. Now, as I say, some of them I can understand, some of them are a bit of a quandary. So the first one here is on the Commodore Amiga, Sword of Sodom, which essentially it's a 2D horizontal fighter, like a hack and slash. To my knowledge, from what I can remember, there's no real blood involved. It's a bit like Golden Axe in a way, but much larger sprites. You can't request a review, of course, till you've got over 1,000 views, as I said there. This probably won't do it anytime soon, so that's a bit of a weird one. Also, as well, I was planning to review this on the Sega Genesis and Mega Drive. Presumably it come at the same thing. Now I looked at all my keywords. Did it say blood? Did it have anything horrible there, like fighting, that sort of stuff? There isn't. So that's a bit of a weird one, and I don't understand. So I don't think really that should have limited ads on it at all, for what it's worth. Next up here, which I can understand because it's really bloodthirsty game, this is Mortal Kombat XL on the PlayStation 4. A lot of PlayStation 4 games now do get hit by this. You have to be a bit careful, especially with cutscenes and intros, but Mortal Kombat was always going to get hit. In this game I was controlling Jason Voorhees, and he was splitting people's heads open. There's aliens in this game as well, from the film Alien, the Predator. I think the Predator's in it, I can't quite remember now. And it's a real big gore fest, so I can understand that one. Never got a great deal of views, that, despite being a PlayStation 4 game. Sometimes people suggest to me, if you review PlayStation 4 games, you'll get loads and loads of views. Well, that isn't really the case, because so many people are putting those up. As you can see, relatively, Sword of Sodom got almost, well, getting on for 3 times as many views as Mortal Kombat. And that one was put up in 2018, and this one was put up almost a year ago. So, you know, it doesn't sort of tally. It depends on how much stuff is being put up. Next one is Ivan Ironman Stewart's Off-Road Racing. This was a revisited review, because I did it before on the Commodore Amiga, and the sound wasn't very good. Now, that first one is okay, apparently. This one is not suitable for ads. Now, I've requested a review, but as they say, unless another 600, 700 people watch that, they won't actually look at it. Why have YouTube done this? Well, because although the algorithm's getting better and better, there's probably millions of videos that they've flagged in error, and they haven't got enough manpower to answer all the emails of people responding to this has been flagged for a problem. Now, off-road racer is essentially, it's a top-down racer really, with about 4 cars. There's nothing offensive about that. You do get some graphic women on the podium in bikinis, but nothing graphic or anything like that. So that's peculiar. So I don't agree with that one. I agree with that one, and I don't agree with that one. So, you know, but this is only a small fraction of the videos I got up. Doom, another PlayStation 4 game, as you can see, doesn't got as many views as that Commodore Amiga game, that retro game. But lots of gore in this one as well, shooting demons, so I can understand that one. If you've got any videos, if you're a YouTuber, ones that been flagged in error, put your comments below and let me know about those. But pointless requesting a view on this because I actually agree with it. Advertisers don't want their adverts going on gore and blood and all that sort of stuff, which I can understand. Another weird one, Speedball on the Commodore Amiga. It's a cyber sports, an old game, people barging into each other, but there's nothing awful about that. Mercs, a war game, top-down shooter. It's nothing worse than Commando or any normal run and gun, so that's very peculiar indeed. Now there's a series of videos where I did an experiment, which I do every now and again, and I thought if I did rant about world events, current popular things, I'd get thousands and thousands of views. As you can see, I didn't, but it was worth having a go. There used to be a lot more of these up, but I took them down. This one was about the Great Wall, where Donald Trump was, well, it's his campaign still, and he was going to put up a wall around Mexico. Typically, they get some more attention in hate, but it didn't generate any more views talking about popular subjects. So it's a bit of a fallacy thinking, yeah, just talk about popular events, just review PlayStation 4 stuff and you'll get thousands of views. Well, you don't really, and just doing top 10s. People have got to learn who you are, and you've got to be favoured by the YouTube algorithm. So a lot of it is to do with luck. And all these rant ones I agree with, the advertisers wouldn't be on there. Me ranting about Donald Trump on the wall. Yeah, this is a review about the rant so far. Should I continue them? Not sure about this one. This was a bit silly. This is when Iceland, this country, were trying to sue Iceland the store or something for using the name Iceland. Wolfchild, that's from an arcade conversion. Nothing gory about that. It's a horizontal shooter, so I don't agree with that one. Another rant there. Another thing about rants. Should I continue on with rants? This about clowns. It was at the time there was people jumping out pretending to be clowns and scaring people. So I agree with all these ones. That's fine. That's fine. Now this is an odd one. Boulder Dash 2, almost up to 1,000, just over halfway. I have requested a review, so that would be ready for them to have a look at. But that's obviously an error, isn't it? Boulder Dash 2. Strider 2, that's a shooter as well from the arcades on the Commodore Amiga. Doesn't like Amiga stuff, does it, this thing? Maybe Amiga's a rude word. Mortal Kombat 2, now that isn't quite as bad as the PlayStation 4 one, Mortal Kombat XL, but there is a bit of blood in there, but it's cartoon blood, so, you know, that's borderline, but I can understand why that's been flagged. Another World, that's a mystery, and I just noticed these are all Amiga ones. Why is that? Anyway, I don't understand that. There's nothing horrible in that at all. You do stamp on some worms, but that's comical worms. Igor's Mastermind, the first contestant. Why is that? Some person doesn't like Igor in the YouTube algorithm, so I don't agree with that at all. Have a look at. Hardly anyone's watched that. Have a look at that. Igor's Mastermind. A bit of editing involved there. Another Amiga one. They're all Amigas. Another Amiga one. Alien Breed 2. Looks like if you review Amiga stuff, you're more prone to this, or maybe that's just a fluke. No blood in that at all, despite that thumbnail. Based on Alien, it's a top-down thing. Agony is a shooter where you control an owl. Yes. Attack from Mars, a recreation of a pinball game by well, it was created by Farsight Studios on the PlayStation 3. That is 50s humour, so that's an error. That's nowhere going to get to 1,000 anytime soon. Gauntlet 2, Amiga again. from the arcades. That's really inoffensive. And Street Fighter 2, again, not inoffensive at all. So are these all Amiga ones? All the gameplay ones apart from, we've got PlayStation 4, then Amiga, PlayStation 4, Amiga. Yeah, it's all Amiga stuff. Maybe that's the key. No Spectrum, Commodore 64 done. So yeah, if you're a reviewer of Amiga stuff, have you been caught out by a lot of these as well? So let's see how many they got right then. So we've got one. How many in total? So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. Right. So out of those 23, how many they got right? 1, Mortal Kombat. 2, Doom. 3, 4, 5, the Rants. 6, 7 Rants. 8 Rants. 9, let's say that Mortal Kombat. That's it, it's about 9 right there. So, but as a percentage of everything I've got up, I haven't done too badly. So although it's a pain in the bum, none of these would have been making any serious money, and if they did, I would have just appealed it and they would have reviewed it and taken them off. So I can see it's for the good. I haven't been hit too badly by this, but it's good the algorithm's improving. I don't tend to swear too much there in the videos on purpose. But yeah, if you've been hit a lot worse than me, then let me know. But I think it's going in the right direction. It's just stuff like that annoys me. Yes, anyway, until next time, take great care of yourself and have a very fun. Goodbye.
Njenkin.